Alright, looks like we're going live. So today we're playing Rakkdos. The goal of this homebrew deck is just to beat out some of the slower decks I've been encountering plat. It's very heavily anti-mid-rangey, so control and aggro. And so Rakkdos role kind of made sense to me. The idea being that we'll get out some fast creatures. There's not a lot of creature counters, but there are creature wipes. To work around that with like Esper control being so popular, we're just going as fast as possible and hoping to not get countered. Spawn of Mayhem is a fantastic card. The big synergies I have going on here are things like dealing damage to my opponent, getting cards from it, and being able to play out fast. So you'll see me oftentimes going completely through my hand by turn 5. And then hopefully going through a couple extra hands at that time. To go around with this, we have the generic red aggro starter, Fanatical Firebrand, and Runaway. And we have some Groll bonuses, so we have Czar. That's the Goblin with Riot. We get +1/+1 usually, but sometimes we go haste if we really want to go fast. Groll Spellbreaker, same thing, but has hexproof and is an amazing 3-mana cost card. In fact, I actually picked it just because that's the only reason green is in the deck. So I started working around that, and then I had ideas about, well, if I'm dealing creatures, I want to be dealing damage with my creatures. So Acrobat's nice. You get some flexibility, go down to a 4/1, or gain touch and block. Big guy. Really affects their board state. Judith, lovely Judy, gives all my creatures +1 attack, and anytime they die, I get to deal 1 damage to a thing, so it can control the board, it can control them. A lot of these cards, you're going to see that as a common theme, is it creates forks. And it's like in chess, where I'm presenting not just one straightforward attack that, okay, I can deal with this. It's if you deal with it this way, I'm still going to gain something from it. And that's really the idea, is to play fast, get these forks going off, and then try to make them play poorly. Because honestly, this deck isn't that great. It needs a lot of touch work, going through, looking at the numbers, and hopefully we'll make a pretty decent one today by the end of the stream. The big deal that we're trying to do is just have some fun. Feel free to leave comments below about what you guys think of the deck, what you would do differently. Instead of asking questions like, why do you have this, or what do you do with this, maybe try saying, I don't understand why this is happening because I think that this card would be a better fit. This is a pretty fun deck. It's not as fun as my blue-white. But it's definitely more effective at Platinum right now. So we got 3 manas, that's pretty good. If we can draw something by turn 3, I can have this one going, but I think this is too slow of an opener. So we have 2 Firebrands now, but no red mana, so that's good. Let's keep this and look for red. Features tapped. So the thing comes some kind of Golgari. They are way off base. Let's clear up this way. 2 life. We have it intertapped. We'll pay 2 life, put some Firebrands. That's great, that's a 1-for-1. Steam Pin's gotta go. this guy. I think tapped. We'll just get rid of the Steamkin. 1 for 1 again. So knowing what his deck is going at with mono and aggro, we want to get Girl Spellbreaker out there with +1/+1. There's not a lot of ways for him to deal with that. Even if he plays a Chain Whirler, like I can still trade and win. Yeah. That's a stage, it's a good call. He gets a Steamkin, it's pretty good. I don't think he's played a land yet, so he could play Green Mountain and Steamkin. Even. But we got double Steamkin, which is good. We'll tap out this. That. So Hackerbat really forces the opponent to choose how do they want to play, and it just emphasizes that, like, let them fail. This kind of deck would never work well in high ranks because you're gonna have players who know what they're doing. It's 4. Do I want 5? Value the health. I don't have anything to deal with this flyer right now, but I can rush him down. He's gonna be trading off minions. 4 mana. I don't need it. I just tapped. So I don't think we risk the Steamkins. I think the only thing we risk is this guy. Maybe we don't even risk that. Why don't we wait until he taps? Yeah. So I might take 4, but more realistically he's going to keep this as a blocker. I have 2 cards that would do with this. Judy would help. And Fanatical Firebrand. Monkeys. Yeah. That sucks. Sure. Oof, Experimental Frizzy is a good one to draw. That's not good to draw. Well, boys, it looks like we're gonna lose this one just because we're too slow. That's such a good card. He can't play from his hand anymore. So, whatever this card was, he didn't want it. I mean, yeah, that resolves. +1/+1. Next, no attack. Into. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. I'm getting boned here. And it'll probably be another land. Can't stop that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get out of this game. That's the part I'm feeling is the lack of is once you run out of steam, if you do, it's really rough. And it's just the tricolor that's making that happen. I want to cut some land for it. This card's nice, you discard your hand, you draw 2 cards, and then it lets you deal bing bong damage. And it's +2 to whatever hits. Yeah. Alright, so we're fighting Jeskai. Not worried about my life total. So we're gonna take this, play greedy. So he knows he needs to wipe his board. Okay. I just wanted to get out a bunch from there, apparently. Alright, so that's 4-0 with this deck so far. 4-1. Three, 1, 2, 3. It's pretty good. Alright, so the idea here is that I want to get some aggro out. We have no idea what he is, and this is an auto opener. It's 1 damage, it's not that threatening, but it develops my board and allows me to target a thing he creates. That's really the power of Fanatical Firebrand, is it just lets me activate things. It's really critics. Pretty good draw. Get 2 life here. That was a mistake, I should have played Dragon Soul, but... And I do think I skewer. I'm not 100% on that, though. He's green, and he's slowed already. And I'll be potentially able to play Spawn and Mayhem next turn, so my skewer will be able to turn on again. Because there's no getting around Fanatical Firebrand's sacrifice, it's just as long as it's not tapped. So like, yeah, this, what I'm going to do here is tap 1, deal damage to his face. This here. Skewer. So you can't gain life. Draw out my Acrobat. Get in there for 1. But doing that is essentially preventing 3 damage from having to do it again, so the skeptical I'm glad I kept. So he's Golgari Explorer with this mechanic to keep him alive. Okay. So, do we sacrifice here? I think we might need to. Okay. That's really the tricky part, is what he just did, is knowing when to surrender to just get on to the next game more quickly. Most decks are going to be between 50 and 60% win rates. If you try to read the meta, and if you homebrew, you can kind of create decks that are a little bit off, but generally you're going to find better success with the net deck. So it just comes down to how many games are you playing per hour. You know, 15 games per hour, you're going to climb a lot faster versus 3 games an hour. It's pretty okay hand with 2 Steamkins and Acrobats. A Lava Runner. Play out Forest. I think I have 1 Forest, so that's kind of cool. He attacks me. I'm going to either get Skeptical or Steam. Yeah. So we have our own Steam we need to play. That's just developing the board stage. If he shocks me because he played turn 1, like there's not much I can do, and he just kind of wins this game. Like I said. I think the right move here would be for me to surrender. Gruul Spellbreaker comes in as a big body. Stops this nonsense from being able to just continue at my face. Yeah, so if he swings in, I think the best move is to still destroy the Steamkin, but I'm not 100% because Gruul can kill Chain Whirler. So let's try this. Alright. So I have 3 mana, and I'm taking 8 damage. I can prevent 3 of it pretty easily, or 4 of it, but then I trade it off and lose. I think the Hackerbat comes in, because he can at least block the E2. The problem here is I'm so low life that if he starts drawing just direct damage, I lose. If he gets the burn, yeah. Thanks for making my point. So now we're, let's see, we are 4-2. We're gonna move on. Go to our deck selections. These were all test decks. I was just trying to figure out what kind of cards interact with. Okay, so here are 2 decks right now. This one's white-blue tempo. I'll give it some chances this morning. My white-blue tempo deck is all about taking control or stopping what they're doing while not stopping what I'm doing. So the upside is that it plays fast, the downside is there needs to be a lot of cantrips to balance it out. Deputy Detentions is one of my best cards. Any non-land permanent, I just get to lock away. And if I can manage to protect the Deputy, it's good. Otherwise, it plays like standard tempo. There's Dive Downs, Curious Obsessions, lots of Scary Terries. I'll keep it just because I have 2 ops and 3 mana. This is pretty ideal. That protects cards. Also lets me block. If he's mono red, it's gonna be nice. Basically turns all my drops into 4 drops. Okay. So he'll shock here. Fire. He's more creature oriented then. I'm not really sure why he chose to do that. Let's see. 5-2. What card do you get? Foul Orchard. An alright card, I suppose. Ranked Draft Guild of Ravna. I'd probably be horrible at this. I need to get a lot of wins in order to make it worth it. I'm no good at drafting. I think I'll give this another 3 games. Let's get to 10. So we're at 5-2, so yeah, 3. And then we'll take a break there. This is pretty good. You know, I'll have a turn 1, but it's 1 damage to any target when it dies. I'd rather just hunt. Yeah, both of those are pretty good. I want them in this order though. Self-Hand Void. I don't see that card. Alright, so here we're gonna put this one down, put the Tamer down, Sigil, and then try and counter a creature. Yeah, that's a 1-for-1 with the burn spell. Now I can put Terry down. Terry's not as good as Essence Capture because I can't pump him, but if he stays aggro, I'll definitely balance it like that. No blocks. Good tough. So I could pay 1 to take control of that. Deputy. I think that one's probably the best play as Deputy right now. Interest Tap, Deputy. Okay, so he has a free mana, he can shock me. Good Skewer. This deck is going to run a lot of that. If I draw another mana, I get Tef, and Tef against his board right now is going to stick. I'm just going to block this guy. I took 1 damage. No! Okay, does he have a shock? Yeah. Okay. He has 2 Fire Blades. I should probably take control of 1. I will take control of the untapped one. And I think there's value in not doing it, so I'll say no. He burns 1, gets sealed 2. 2 to my face, 1 to my carry. Still block trade. Yeah, I'm happy to block. Man, well, I got a counter. Yeah, that one's not happening. And there we go, that's game. Game.
This is hurry!
So, I mean, there's Tef in here, so it's kind of controlling. The entire deck is kind of controlling. The idea is basically, you're gonna be trying to tempo them out, and then there's some cards that offer forks. I'm very big on that kind of mechanic. So we'll offer Curious onto him. We'll draw. Take the action. Save the island. Say go. I want to believe that Essence Capture will come in useful, but honestly, he's just playing lots of spells. Like, his deck seems to be half spells. Another Curious Obsession. Take action. Play the land. Discover. Do more. Doesn't matter. You're getting some land. If he has a lightning strike, I'll be super sad. But that's pretty much perfect because I can do that. No. Good game. Come on, let's get to the next one now. You're tapped out. You got nothing. I'm getting a massive amount of card advantage over you. Like, Terry's good. Play Terry. Let's go. So at the end of this, I think we have enough to pump Terry. Pretty easily. No. The game's over. Thank you, Goku fan. Hey, rank up. So let's put us at 6-2. 6 dubs, 2 losses. Nice. 2 more games. Oh. Blue-white Tippo. This is a homebrew I made. I'm quite proud of it. I'd recommend it to anyone to try because it fits a niche of being good against mid-range, being okay at countering aggro to being really good at countering aggro. And then it's like okay against control. Really good control decks are just gonna stomp you, but everyone has a weakness, and this one has 2 really good strengths and 1 moderate game that could go either way. I think that's really good and important for when you're climbing. It's all about number of games. 1 mana, but I do have 2 searches. This is so greedy. I think I'm gonna keep it. Oh my goodness. Alright, we are looking for some land. That's not land. This one's land. Yes! Alright. Here's this 2-drop. This will tell us what kind of deck it is. I'm guessing tokens. Right, weenie. 2 low things for strike. Oh, 3-1. So this is good for us so far. Nothing too bad has come out. We're on a 6, 7, 6 turn clock. So we'll have to start developing the board now. We can actually start doing that. You just have turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Spell feels good. When you attack with 3 or more creatures, transform it. Okay. Taking 3. Graveyard. Need some better. It's pretty brutal. I made some poor decisions for my mulligan. It's a mix of I'm getting flooded with the wrong mana, and I don't have productive safe turns against this guy. Like, yeah, I should just concede now. Let's see what we get. Well, let's concede. I don't even know what would be the card I want. Deputy. Graveyard. Deputy. No. Okay. Okay. And I think that's genuinely the hardest part about planning is when to know just to save 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Because sometimes if you're too fast to decide you're going to lose a game you really could have won. Once the 4-man Venerated came down, I'm just done. So this is an okay turn. Let's search. I really like having some like 1-2 drops to play. Now I'm hoping I get a white drop to help balance me out. This card goes 1 for 0, or 1 for 1, you play it and you counter off one of theirs. And so it's a neutral card, 1 for 1. And then every time it gets to do something, it goes up in value. Okay, search. I do need land, so we're gonna take it. We're gonna work on getting Entrancing Melody out. Because that 2/1's valuable. Entrancing Melody is a card I go back and forth on. I'm never sure if it's good. You can control target creature, convert the mana cost. Deputy is going to be the nut play here because that beats the cancel too. Okay, now we want white mana. Chart. We got mana to play, so we didn't miss our drop, which is nice. There's a real argument I should have played Curious Obsession. Okay. We got the Exclusion Mage, which is a nice draw. We also have enough to take one of the Martyrs. I'm gonna do it like this though. And again, we're just really hunting for that white mana. It's in here. I promise you. I promise it's in here. Vanquisher's Banner. What is this? Creature just controls chosen types of vampires. Yeah. It's a 1/1 with a lifelink. No block. Just give me some white mana. Oh my goodness. White mana, white mana. White mana. I don't even... We'll just go a little wide. Hope to block the turn or two. good amount of white mana in here for this kind of thing happening. I'm like, oh my goodness, would it be so good? I don't think those have haste though. Okay, so boop, boop. Yeah. I wonder how this works with tokens. It doesn't have a converted. It doesn't have a CNC. Finally. Alright, so boop. Just like that. And then we're gonna experiment with this. Actually, we're gonna Google it. Google will know. What is the CMC of minions? What are they called? Tokens. Okay, so it's 0. Vanquish's banner is doing work. I'm gonna get rid of it. Yeah, let's do this. And here. And here. Okay. Nice. No attack. Well, shoot. Need to attack with that guy. Yep. In turn. Now I can pump Terry too. It's gonna be a really big play. I got enough mana for 2 counters each. So no matter what he plays, it's gonna get countered. No. It's not a must counter, but the death touch could be annoying. That one's must counter. Alright, that's probably game. Mana to pump him. Scare Terry. And my wizard bro can go in. 8. Take action. Take action. I'm gonna search. Colored Fountain come in tap. And we can take a Good. Now that we don't need the white mana, we get the white mana. Non-creature, non-land. It's a spells. Take that. This is CMC 3. Graveyard. Oh, white tempo. Blue white tempo, I suppose. Venerated Loxodon could be kind of cool in here. They get kind of wide sometimes, so maybe not like a lot of them, but maybe like one or two if I can find room to cut. Like, what's the cuttables? The second search is probably cut. Exclusion mages are probably cuttables. I don't usually make use of them. So let's do Venerated Loxodon. And I only got 2. Cool. So there you go. Games that go wide. The Exclusion Mages, the bounce feature is kind of nice against, like, green decks, where they're developing a big creature and they spend all their mana to play that one big creature, and you turn it to their hand, and then, you know, like, haha, tempo. Oh, this is a pretty good hand. Not amazing, but I do have an opt. Do I need more lands? I kind of do, but not that much more. Then run the deck out. And the deck out. Opt. I'm not seeing myself using Curious anytime soon. He says as he draws the 1 cost. Alright. If he plays Ashes of a Coin, players can't cast spells from graveyards or activate ability cards from graveyards. When a creature dies, you gain 1 life. It's kind of cool. I think I have to take 2 here. We have a Siren. So that doesn't affect me really much at all. I can just torque that. I could play Venerated. It gets me a 4/4. But the big thing that's scary is that I'm pretty sure this is some kind of black-white control deck. Okay. So tokens? Token life? Yeah. A little slow. So the idea that I'm facing off against is he's going to wait for a big turn where he can get multiple cards from my cards. So this one in particular is kind of bad. Nope, don't need land. Oh my god. Just always right on time. Discard card here. Have a land. Alright, what is the big thing he's gonna play? I've got Orzos and my 1 wizard. So his turn's gonna be kinda lame. That's Any turn. I hope might also be an interesting card to throw in here instead of the Venerated. It's a little faster and gives you a chance to use mana. Visitation. Pick create under your control. Oh, that's bad. Because he doesn't have any blue mana. It's not going to do anything. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to down hope. There we go. I just played the Venerated. I don't think the Veneratids are ever going to be consistent enough, because usually I only have 1 to like 3 creatures out. And convoking 1 creature is not a big deal. I do like it, so it's attracting some mortifies and stuff. Two mana this thing. Taking 2. He gets a card. Yeah, that's down a hope. Search is a good card for me right now. Let's go ahead and see.
This will be child's play.
I hate control decks. What's that place at? Let's see. Seven or 6 to 3. Last game. About an hour of streaming, that's pretty good. Hope for an off turn 1. Now we're gonna play Hell Fountain. Bodyguard with nothing out. Tells me it's white aggro. Yep. Alright, so he hasn't played a white-black card. Okay. Okay. So he can't counter, which is good. He could sacrifice everything. Unexpected. Hmm. Wow, the one essence scatter. Ah, that was lucky. I made a mistake by posting that, but alright. 6-4. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. I'll be back on later tonight.